Hi, welcome to Reading with Ms. Momo. I'm so glad that you joined us today. We have our last Thanksgiving book today, and I just hope that you enjoy it and hope that you have a great Thanksgiving and that in this book you learn some things about Thanksgiving. So join me now as I begin to read our last of the series of the Thanksgiving books. Thanksgiving Day. Thanks. Laura Malone Elliott, illustrated by Lynn Musinger. Thanksgiving is coming, said Sam's teacher, Mrs. Wright. What one special thing about the holiday would you give thanks for? Football, shouted Nicole. Sweet potatoes with marshmallows, Jeffrey yelled. Shopping, snouts Tiffany. Sam wasn't sure what his special one thing would be. And he's just sitting there trying to figure it out, and everybody was just so excited. Who knows the story of the very first Thanksgiving? Asked Ms. Wright. Sam's best friend Mary Ann knew. When the Pilgrims came to America, Native Americans showed them how to plant corn and hunt for food. So the Pilgrims invited the Native Americans to a big feast to celebrate their friendship and their first harvest. That's right, said Ms. Wright. How should we celebrate Thanksgiving in class? We can have our own feast, Jeffrey suggested. We can dress like Pilgrims and Native Americans, said Mary Ann. Oh, goody, Tiffany clapped her hands. Costumes! Sam didn't have any idea. He was stuck on figuring out what he was thankful for. And look, there he is, and he's still sad because he doesn't know what he's thankful for. Winston's hand shot up. My grandmother makes a turkey out of yarn for Thanksgiving. Ew, squealed Tiffany. You eat yarn turkey? Ew, squealed her friends. No, it's a decoration, Winston said. Before dinner, we write what we are thankful for on a paper feather, and we stick it in the turkey. And there's the yarn turkey with the feathers. That's a great tradition, said Mrs. Wright. Everyone pick one thing you are really thankful for to write on a feather. And I don't mean candy, she added with a smile. Uh-oh, thought Sam. And there he is. He's still perplexed. He doesn't know what he's thankful for. The class came up with all sorts of Thanksgiving projects. Jeffrey organized a pumpkin pie making contest. And look, they all brought their pumpkin pies. Nicole made a special placemats. She collected red and orange maple leaves, and they pressed them between two sheets of waxed paper. While shopping for a pilgrim outfit, Tiffany learned about Thanksgiving food drive for the needy and donated cans of soup. Winston built a miniature Mayflower, just like the Pilgrim ship, from popsicle sticks. He was very creative, wasn't he? Mary Ann made a headband out of white and purple beads to look like wampum of the Wampanoag tribe. Also, she practiced with a bow and arrow until each arrow's rubber suction head stuck to the target's bullseye. Meanwhile, Sam worried. Wanikasuk, Mary Ann tried to cheer him up. That's how the Wampanoag say good day. And look, he's still sad. She's trying to be a good friend and help him be happy. Usually Sam liked to learn big words, Mary Ann used, but not this time. There's nothing good about it. I still haven't figured out my project, Sam sighed, or what I'm thankful for. Think about what you enjoy most on Thanksgiving Day, Mary Ann suggested. So he thought he had pumpkin, a pilgrim, pie, turkey, football, leaves falling. Sam thought and thought. The day of the feast arrived. Tables were heaped with food and autumn decorations. Geoffrey had dressed up as Governor Bradford. Tiffany was Priscilla from the Longfellow's poem about pilgrims. Marianne was Squanto. "Where's your project?" Marianne asked Sam. "It's outside," he said. "It's a surprise." Well, he looks a little happier, doesn't he? And look at them all dressed up and ready. And they've all brought their projects in. The class lined up to write their thanks on the paper turkey feathers. Geoffrey was thankful for turkey stuffing. Winston was thankful for the school janitor being so nice about his flooding the cafeteria when he was testing his Mayflower. Marianne was thankful for books, and it was almost Sam's time. All of a sudden, a huge gust of wind rattled the classroom windows. A storm was coming. "Oh no!" Sam cried. "My project!" Sam dashed outside to a tree to untie his surprise, a bunch of enormous balloons. He fought his way back through the wind toward the classroom, sticking close to the school building. And the wind is just blowing so hard, blowing those balloons. Everyone darted to the window just in time to see a big dog bobbing by. Then a cat popped up, and a turkey and a frog. It was just like the Thanksgiving Day parade on TV. And there are the balloons. Look at all them watching, like they're watching a parade of balloons, just like on TV. Another blast of wind whipped the balloons. The frog popped. The turkey broke loose. The cat flew away. "Oh dear," said Miss Wright. Marianne grabbed her bow and arrows and the yarn turkey, and she raced outside. And there she goes. She's going to save the day and help her friend. Sam was chasing the dog. Its string was just out of his reach. Marianne tied the turkey yarn to an arrow. She took aim. Zing! The arrow's rubber cup stuck to the dog's long nose, and Marianne reeled him in. And the children all said, "Yay!" and they all cheered. But Sam was sad. "I can't have a parade with only one balloon," he said, "and I still don't know what to write on my feather." Marianne thought for a minute. "Your parade was a great idea, Sam. Is there something about the big Thanksgiving Day parade that you're thankful for?" "Well, my whole family watches it together. We drink hot chocolate and tell stories, and Grandpop talks about going to New York City for the parade when he was little, and we laugh a lot." Sam smiled. Now he knew what to put on his feather. "I am thankful for time with my family." Later, Sam wrote another feather and tucked it into Marianne's headband. "I am thankful for best friends," he put. And here the author has written a note about Thanksgiving. Seeking a better life in the New World, the Pilgrims braved a stormy Atlantic Ocean in the tiny Mayflower. Its perimeter was just a little bigger than a tennis court. Once they landed in what's now Massachusetts, the Pilgrims faced many hardships. They probably would not have survived without the help of the Wampanoag tribe and Squanto, a Pawtuxet Native American who had learned English while captive with English explorers. Squanto taught the Pilgrims to grow corn, beans, and squash, vegetables the Native Americans called the Three Sisters. He showed them how to tap maple trees for syrup and where to gather shellfish, such as clams. He convinced the Wampanoag to be friends with the Pilgrims. In 1621, grateful they had food for the winter, Governor William Bradford called for a day of Thanksgiving. Such a celebrations were harvest tradition in England. He invited the Wampanoag. The feast was very different from today's, although wild turkey was probably on the menu along with eel and swan meat. Pumpkin pies, cranberry sauce, Sweet potatoes definitely were not. Instead, the Pilgrims might have enjoyed succotash, a stew of corn and lima beans, or pemmican, crushed cranberries, and dried deer meat in melted fat. Other Thanksgiving facts. President Lincoln called for a National Day of Thanksgiving in October 1863 during the Civil War, but Congress did not make it an official native holiday until 1941. Macy's Thanksgiving Parade started in 1924. Children's book illustrator Tony Sarge created its first hot air balloon. Snoopy has been in the parade more than any other balloon character. The tradition of playing football games on Thanksgiving started with the college championship matches in 1890s. The idea that Thanksgiving weekend should be the kickoff for the Christmas shopping season was started by President Franklin D. Roosevelt to help keep shopkeepers during the Depression. One of the largest pumpkin pies ever made weighed 2,020 pounds and had 1,860 eggs and 300 pounds of sugar in it. Minnesota is the top turkey producing state. A ripe cranberry can bounce. Did you know there were so many things to find out about Thanksgiving? I hope that you've learned something about Thanksgiving and that during this Thanksgiving week, you will do some projects with your family, spend time with your family, and give thanks. Write something you're thankful for. Maybe make some of these projects that you read about today, or tell your family some of the facts that you learned about Thanksgiving. Until we meet again, smile and be happy, be thankful. God bless, and happy Thanksgiving to you all.